I'm Justin Davis, and this is Joe Camp's RC. So I got this email from Disney, and they were like, would you like to check out our line of quadcopters? And you guys know me. I was like, send them. They come in 3 different variations. They come in an X-Wing fighter, there's a speeder bike, and there's a TIE fighter. Honestly, I want all 3. So let me unbox this one for you and show you what's inside. But before I do, we're gonna need to turn down the lights. Now that was probably one of the coolest unboxings I've ever done, and I'm not surprised because it came from Disney. When I saw the label on the box yesterday, I saw it said Disney, and I was like, okay, here we go. Here's the new Star Wars toy. This is super awesome. And if that's not enough, it comes with this letter of authenticity with it in the box with its own serial number for each one that they get in the series. And from what it says on the box, they're hand painted. So front to back, there's tons of detail on this. I'm gonna take this out of the box and show you guys a little bit closer what this little quadcopter looks like. Now right away, I'm mostly impressed with the detail of this, and it feels really light in my hands. It does have inverted props on here, so you're gonna have your props down here facing toward the ground, and that's not a big deal. I think this is gonna fly pretty well. They say it flies up to 35 miles an hour, which is kind of crazy. My TIE fighter came with 2 batteries. I thought there was a third one right here, but this is just a hatch cover on the back of the quad. This is the controller that comes along with it. And you know what? This is pretty decent. It feels like metal in my hands. It has really nice gimbals on here. They feel kind of nice and tight. They do have a spot in the middle for a transmitter strap. There's 4 buttons on the front for trim and calibration, and there's also a few buttons on the very top for various commands for the quadcopter. There's also a nice big speaker on the back, a headphone jack, and where the 4 AA batteries go in the bottom. There's also a pretty slick screwdriver hidden down on the side of the transmitter for taking the 2 screws off the bottom of the battery tray. And it has a hidden cell phone holder right here for putting your cell phone on for the multiplayer game. And the power button's right in the middle. Just gonna press that for you and hold. And it starts up. Now it's flashing. It does play music. It has a music version and it has a non-music version. So if you want to listen to the Star Wars music, you can, or you can turn it off. But I think it's pretty cool. Now you also get a pretty substantial prop remover tool in here. It does have the Propel logo on there, and it's pretty heavy duty. It's metal. I've never seen anything quite as heavy and industrial as this for a prop remover tool. And you get some extra hardware in the box, 2 sets of props with extras, and 2 extra wing guards for the outside of the quadcopter, because these feel kind of fragile to me, and it's nice that they include 2 extras. And you get a pretty decent flight manual in here. It says Imperial Flight Manual, and it has all kinds of information on how to connect to the app, how to load up your transmitter's batteries, all the various flight modes, and some flight instruction in here as well. Pretty sweet. Now you also get something they call a training cage, and what training cage is essentially prop guards. The prop guards go on inverted, and they protect the props from hitting the ground or hitting objects while you fly. When you're first making your first flights, it might be nice to use these prop guards to save some of your props. You also have 2 bags of props, one labeled A and one labeled B, so it looks like they give us over 2 sets of props with this quadcopter. So I think the battery's just about dead. It does last around 5 to 6 minutes, but I think it could be a little bit longer. That was so much fun. It's actually pretty easy to fly and it feels really locked in with the transmitter. So overall, I think it's a really cool little quadcopter. It has really cool, fantastic details on it. It came with 2 batteries, a decent transmitter that has actually a metal case and rubber backings on it. It also has the multiplayer option on the phone, so you can have laser battles with your friend if they had a speeder bike, X-Wing fighter. This will be a lot of fun for anybody, especially pretty much any age, because flying it around my head and around my shop, I didn't feel like there was any danger of these propellers hitting me with these prop guards on the outside of it. So a very, very cool product. It is more expensive than some of the other quadcopters out there, but guys, this is Star Wars we're talking about here. So one of my favorite movies of all time. I have an X-Wing fighter quadcopter now. This is pretty awesome. So stay tuned for the part 2 series of this review. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna fly it outside, see how it does on a nice calm day, and we'll see how fast this little guy will actually get going outside and how much fun it is to fly. So thanks again for hanging out with me, you guys. I'm Justin Davis. I'll see you on the next one.